Do these documents prove that Call of Duty is a government PsyOps? Authored by Alan McLeod via Mint Press News on Zero Hedge. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 has been available for less than 3 weeks, but is already making waves, breaking records within 10 days. The first-person military shooter video game earned more than $1 billion in revenue, yet it has also been shrouded in controversy, not least because missions include assassinating an Iranian general clearly based on Qasem Soleimani, a statesman and military leader slain by the Trump administration in 2020, and a level where players must shoot drug traffickers attempting to cross the US-Mexico border, things like that. Call of Duty franchise is an entertainment juggernaut, having sold close to 500 million games since it was launched in 2003. Its publisher, activist Blizzard, is a giant in the industry behind titled games such as Guitar Hero, Warcraft, StarCraft, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Crash Bandicoot, and Candy Crush Saga series. Yet a closer inspection of Activision's Blizzard's key staff and their connections to state power, as well as details gleaned from documents obtained under the Freedom of Information Act, reveal that Call of Duty is not a neutral first-person shooter, but a carefully constructed piece of military propaganda designed to advance the interests of U.S. national security state. Military entertainment complex. It has long been a matter of public record that American spies have targeted and penetrated Activision Blizzard games. Documents released by Edward Snowden revealed that the NSA, CIA, FBI, DoD infiltrated vast online realms such as World of Warcraft, creating make-believe characters to monitor potential illegal activity and recruit informers. Indeed, at one point, there were so many US spies on one video game that they had to create a deconflication group as they were wasting time unwittingly surveying each other. Virtual games, the NSA wrote, were an opportunity and a target-rich communication network. However, documents obtained legally under Freedom of Information Act FOIA request by journalist and researcher Tom Secker and shared with Mint Press News show that the connections between national security and video game industry go far beyond this and into active collaboration. September 2018, for example, United States Air Force flew a group of entertainment executives, including a Call of Duty Activision Blizzard producer Coco Fucini, and to their headquarters in Hurlburt Field, Florida. The explicit reason for doing so, they said, was to showcase their hardware and to make the entertainment industry more credible advocates for the U.S. war machine. We've got a bunch of people working on future blockbusters, think Marvel, Call of Duty, etc., stoked about this trip, wrote one Air Force officer. Another email notes that the point of the visit was to provide heavy-hitter producers with SOC, that's Air Force Special Operations Command, immersion focused on special tactics airmen and air-to-ground capabilities. This is a great opportunity to educate this community and make them more credible advocates for us in the production of any future movies, television productions on the Air Force and our special tactics community, wrote the SOC Community Relations Chief. Francini and others were shown CV-22 helicopters and AC-130 planes in action, both of which feature heavily in Call of Duty games. Yet Call of Duty collaboration with the military goes back much farther. The documents show that the United States Marine Corps' USMC was involved in the production of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Call of Duty 5. The game's producers approached the USMC at the 2010 E3 Entertainment Convention in Los Angeles, requesting access to hovercrafts, vehicles which later appeared in the game. Call of Duty 5 executives also asked for use of a hovercraft, a tank, and a C-130 aircraft. This collaboration continued in 2012 with the release of Modern Warfare 4, where producers requested access to all manner of air and ground vehicles. Secular told Minpress that by collaboration with the gaming industry, the military ensures a positive portrayal that can help it reach recruitment targets, stating that for certain demographics of gamers, it's a recruitment portal. Some first-person shooters have embedded adverts within the games themselves, even without this sort of explicit recruitment effort. Games like Call of Duty make warfare seem fun, exciting, and escape from the drudgery of their normal lives. Secular's documentary, Theaters of War, How the Pentagon and CIA Took Hollywood, was released earlier this year. So from war on terror to first-person shooters. Enter the war planners, Republicans for Hire. Another eyebrow-raising hire was Activision Blizzard's chief administrator, Officer Brian Bulatao, former Army captain and consultant for McKinsey & Company until 2018. He was chief operator officer at the CIA, placing him third in command of the agency. When CIA Director Mike Pompeo moved over to the State Department, becoming Trump's Secretary of State, Bulatao went with him and was appointed Undersecretary of State for Management. There are some accounts he served as Pompeo's personal attack dog, with former colleagues describing him as a bully who brought a cloud of intimidation over the workplace, repeatedly pressing them to ignore potential illegalities happening at the department. But it's unclear if Bulatao is a man to improve Activision's Blizzard's notoriously toxic workplace environment. After the Trump administration electoral defeat, Bulatao went straight to the State Department into highest echelons of Activision's Blizzard, from the State Department to Activision Blizzard, despite no experience in the entertainment industry. And there we have the war games going up. These deep connections to the U.S. national security state can perhaps help partly explain why for years many have complained about the blatant pro-U.S. propaganda apparent throughout these games. This is far from the first Call of Duty has instructed impressionable young gamers concerning foreign leaders, but Call of Duty Black Ops 2:10, players must complete a mission to do away with Cuba leader Fidel Castro, for example. So all these are games. Now, game over. In today's digital era, the world of war and video games increasingly resemble one another. Many have commented on the similarities between piloting drones in real life and in the games such as Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. Prince Harry, who was a helicopter gunner in Afghanistan, described his joy at firing missiles at enemies. He said, "I'm one of those people who love playing PlayStation and Xbox, so with my thumbs, I like to think I'm probably quite useful." He said, "If there's people trying to do bad stuff to our guys, then we'll take them out of the game," he said, explicitly comparing the two activities. So this is an article authored by Alan McLeod via Mint Press on Zero Hedge. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. And I'm sorry I still have my cold. Thank you. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.